top-notch service that you can count on. Booking is easy, stress-free, and reliable. Just visit AccuTransGroup.com to reserve your holiday ride today. That's AccuTransGroup.com.
Brighten up your home, workplace, or event with flowers and trust Welke's Milwaukee Florist to be your local florist. Welke's is family-owned and has delivered beauty for customers and businesses for well over 100 years. Join Welke's Flower subscription so your home is always fresh, or discover the benefits of creating a corporate account and leave the work to them. Welke's Milwaukee Florist has locations in Elm Grove and at 56th and North in Milwaukee. Go to Welkes.com, that's WELKES.com for more info and to place an order.
Okay, well, we have some good news. Southbound 43, that earlier issue with the broken down semi blocking the left lanes right at Capitol Drive has been cleared. The delays are not. They're still there from before Good Hope Road, pretty much all the way down to about Locust. So keep that in mind. Those are going to be working themselves out. We do still have an accident northbound on 41 at Silver Spring, and the Silver Spring off-ramp is closed because of it. So big delays going northbound from north of Watertown Plank Road all the way up to that scene. On the southbound side, we've got our usual backups from south of Appleton Avenue to Capitol. And then we've got an accident on north.
Hey, this is Homer. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Hey, you know what, Jen? Sometimes I put stuff in my hair to get rid of some of the gray.
So attractive one day, not attractive the next.
Have you come across this?
Yes, I am familiar with this syndrome. She's a two-face.
And when I come in the next day, you can kind of notice a little bit. But by the third or fourth day, you forget, okay? Yes, there I said.
Boy, am I glad to see you.
Are you expecting someone else?
You never know.
You know, you might want to take the tunnel.
So, what do you feel like eating, Chinese or Italian?
I put a little hair product in. Sue me. Who cares? Own it.
Kramer, hi.
Oh, hello.
It's Gwen. We met at the coffee shop.
Uh-huh.
I'm dating your friend Jerry.
I don't know who you really are, but I've seen Jerry's girlfriend, and she's not you. You're much better looking.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Lapp.
I got a feeling. Yeah, that little tingle, that little nudge. Good thing I said nudge, because y'all would have sent me to the pharmacy, wouldn't you? Hey, Jen, they got a cream for that. I got a feeling. I can't explain it fully, I got an inkling of why I feel this way. But I have a feeling this morning as I woke up in advance of Monday Night Football, Packers hosting the Eagles at Lambeau Field. Gonna be a chilly one. I have a feeling Packers are going to win this thing. I have a feeling they're going to play well. I'm feeling optimistic about tonight's game. And, of course, you guys were like, one word.
Good.
Oh, I thought it was going to be why.
No, yes, why? But, I don't need you to explain why. You said you just got a feeling.
I do.
I'm glad somebody's got a feeling of positivity around here.
Wait, you think I'm the only one?
Whoa.
Oh.
I picked them last Monday to win.
First of all, figured you'd forgotten about that. Second of all, figured you probably had some, the Works pizza over the weekend that changed your gut feeling.
No. Did the Badgers kind of give you that inkling, Jen?
I don't think so.
I don't think you want to be following any sort of blueprint that the Badgers put out there on Saturday to win a game.
I don't think that them beating Washington over the week. I had to think. I was like, who the hell did they beat?
With their punter being their leading passer.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Homestead, though. Kid from Homestead. Yeah. We were like, all right, let's go, Sean. Nice work. Yes. And by the way, Homestead did win this weekend, so we are now in the semifinals for state.
Level 4.
And shout out to our friends over at Accutrans who are providing buses for the parents to get up to Neenah for this weekend's semifinal game. Going to be a little bit of a trek, a little bit of a hike, and our friends at Accutrans are helping us out with that. But I got a good feeling about tonight's game, and I was trying to nail down why. I got to be honest with you, some of it is just what we saw from Jordan Love the last time he was in a primetime spotlight. We're all thinking about the Steelers game, right? We all know about the stakes. We all know about the narrative surrounding that game. I have a feeling we're going to see that version of Jordan Love, even though he doesn't have Tucker Kraft.
I was about to say, not having Tucker Kraft. Tucker Kraft, if I recall correctly, that Sunday night game in Pittsburgh, I believe Tucker played a relatively large role.
A little bit, about a half a cup.
In some of the numbers that Jordan Love put up in that
fair,
game.
Totally fair. I think to me it's more about, I feel like this defense is going to come to play. That's what I'm seeing.
I think it's more of we were embarrassed in front of the whole league. Everyone knew it. We lose at home, which doesn't happen, and they come out flying
around
like they did week 1 and 2. But a lot of things have to happen to go along with that. I mean, pure energy will not lead them to victory. There's things that they have to do because on paper, with the loss of Kraft, Philly's a better team. And they have been.
Well, but here's the thing, Chew. So I jumped on before this show this morning. I was on with my guys, Andrew Selchunas and John Kincaid in Philly. They don't feel good about the Eagles right now. They kind of feel the same way where I joined the show and they're like, well, I don't feel great about Philly because they needed a miracle in order to beat the Rams. They needed 2 block kicks in that game in order to beat the Rams. They've been up and down. Saquon Barkley has not been good this year. Finally got back on track, had the 150 yards against his former team in the Giants. But that run game isn't nearly as formidable as it was a year ago. This defense hasn't been as good as it was a year ago, which is why they were the most active team at the trade deadline, trying desperately to find pass rush, including earlier this year convincing Brandon Graham to come out of retirement. Then they also trade for Jalen Phillips. Like, this defense isn't as good. And they've kind of been riding the roller coaster a little bit as well in terms of kind of some up and down performances from their offense.
Yeah, that's kind of how they roll, though. You know?
Is it?
They like to be in conflict or whatever.
Well, yeah, they like some locker room drama.
So to keep A.J. Brown around, for a sprinkle of drama.
But, I mean, the reason the Packers lost to Carolina was
the offense.
Well, no, I would say the rushing, too. I mean, they let that get out of hand. I mean, Carolina only throws for 100 yards.
Sure.
I mean, you should win all day long.
You give up 16 points in any NFL game with a quarterback you're paying,
you should
Jordan
win.
Love, you win.
Yeah.
Right, so that's, to me, it's 100% on the offense.
Yeah.
100% on the offense. Defense did their job. Yeah, you could have nitpicked and should the rush defense have been better? Yes, the rush defense should have been better. You gave up 16 points.
So if they do win, where does that put you? You forget the Carolina game? They're still considered one of the better teams? Because I right now would say the best teams, after watching quite a bit of football yesterday, are Rams, Seattle. Detroit is trailing.
And they go head-to-head next week.
Do you know what the NFC playoff standings are right now?
No.
Seattle Seahawks first place.
I was about to say, whoever is leading the West, because they have the same record, is 1.
Philadelphia Eagles 2, Green Bay Packers 3, Tampa Bay 4, Rams 5, Lions 6, Bears 7. Then, of course, you got San Francisco, Carolina, blah, 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 the 8, 9, 10, blah, blah, blah spots.
So if they lose this game, that drops them
to 7.
To 7.
They'd be behind. They would be behind the Bears.
It's a huge game. It's a huge game.
Yeah.
And the first couple drives, I think, is going to tell you what this game is going to be all about. But if they came out flat for this game, I would be shocked.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I would be and disappointed. But to answer your earlier question, Shu, if they come out and win this game, I was willing to forget the Browns game.
Mm-hmm.
I can't forget Carolina. And I don't think they can forget Carolina either. Because it just shows that, again, their best is as good as anybody else's best in this league.
Correct.
But you don't get to play your best for 17 weeks.
No.
Right? So, but it's seemingly the gap between when they play their best and whatever their second best is large, right? Like it's, they were really close today and probably had their B game. Like their B game feels like a C game for most teams. It's like either they're playing an A game or a C game.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's the inconsistency of this team makes me nervous about them for the postseason. And Jen, you just ran through the standings for the NFC. I don't think that this team can win 3 games in the playoffs, which is why they need to have an incredibly high seed. They need to potentially have the number 1 seed to do what they can do, because I can't trust them to put together 3 or 4 consecutive weeks against high-quality teams in the postseason. I don't know if there's a lot of teams you can trust to do that right now in the entire NFL, not just the NFC, because there's a lot of inconsistencies all over the place.
Is that because of Tucker Kraft, though, or is it because this team isn't as good as you thought it could be?
Tucker Kraft,
when you say they can't win 3 games in a row, they just don't have enough firepower?
No, they're going to eventually stub their own toe.
Well, and they've been wildly inconsistent.
Yeah, it's the inconsistency. Because truly, this team is as good as I think they are. They just don't play up to it.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
You know what's going to be interesting is Musgrave's role.
Yeah.
Is LaFleur just going to plug him in, say he's Kraft? He's Kraft. We got to roll with it. Or is he going to say, all right, 3rd and 8, let's go 4 wides?
I mean, it's just a different skill set, and I think you have to, much like when again, this is the extreme example, right? When they went to Malik Willis last year and they had to pivot the entire offense, right? Because Malik's skill set is different than that of Jordan's, and they were able to pivot that and then even keep some of those things they did with Malik when Jordan came back and was healthy. It's the same thing to me with the tight end. You can't ask him to do the same things as Tucker Kraft because their skill sets are just completely different. Yeah. They're 2 vastly different players who I think can't complement each other if they can never get through an entire season healthy together. But you can't ask him to do the same things that Tucker Kraft was doing. You can't flip it out to him in the flat and expect him to get the run after the catch. You just can't expect that.
Yeah, so someone's going to have to make up the difference. Which is going to be scary because of Golden. I don't think Golden plays, number 1.
He did not practice all week.
I mean, it makes it kind of hard to go 4 wides. No? I mean, that's all you got. I mean, Heath, whatever you think of Heath, I'd almost rather have Musgrave on the field than Heath.
Yeah, I mean, that's something you certainly could do. You know, kind of detach him from the line. It'd be like a 4-wide receiver look, but with the tight end on the field, detach him from the line, kind of line him up in the slot.
Eagles have a good safety, but I think I read that they have questions at one of their cornerback spots. So that's going to be
very active in the trade market.
It's going to be one of the things that the Packers will be looking to exploit, obviously, tonight as they host the Eagles in Monday Night Football. But
so desperate for corner that they decided to trade for Jair.
What did they give up?
Did not travel with the team.
Did not even make the trip.
They gave up a 6th-round pick to get Jair and a 7th-round pick.
Why would they do that?
Because they're desperate at corner.
Really?
Their two rookies from last year are really good, and then they've been playing Cooper DeJean in the slot. But that outside, the other outside corner they've had questions much like the Green Bay Packers too.
Yeah.
On that second outside cornerback spot.
I think, Chewy, you make an excellent point about the emotions after a clunker of a game like the Panthers, who, by the way, not sure if anybody saw that, only scored 7 points this weekend in a loss to the New Orleans Saints. I texted you guys earlier this week when their defensive back was named Defensive Player of the Week. I was like, and it just keeps getting better. I do think that there will be a lot of pride. There will be a lot of we're not that team. Even though we're dealing with injuries, even though we have not been able to put together 3 phases of the game in a game, even though we have been wildly inconsistent, this is a talented team, the Green Bay Packers. And I feel like it shows up tonight. I feel like it shows up. Now, you know what else is going to show up tonight? The Tush Push. Tush Push is going to show up tonight. Why, you ask? Well, to Gabe, because of all of the background and all of the storylines that have been surrounding the Tush Push since the offseason.
Shout out Mark Murphy for being the guy who decided that he would step up. He would be the one that decided, hey, I'll take the slings and arrows. I'm retiring. What do I care? I will nominate that the Tush Push be banned. And obviously that didn't go through, which is a shame because I think it's going to go through next year. So this is really potentially the Eagles' last chance to run the Tush Push into oblivion against the Green Bay Packers.
Joshy, what do we think the over-under is on Tush Pushes if you had to set the line tonight?
3.5.
Oh, hammer the over.
I think if they get
What do you think?
inside-
They're going to come out first play of the game? All right.
I think
line
they
up in
might.
the 4 times right in a row.
Well, just so you know, I think I saw Kyle Brandt from Good Morning Football who said that if there's anything that Nick Sirianni is, it's petty. He wouldn't be shocked if they lined up in Tush Push formation for the first play of the game.
Yeah,
Please do. 2nd and 9. I'll take it. I will take it. 2nd and 9. I'm begging. I dare you. I double dog dare you, Philly.
Just give up on a drive is what you're saying?
Yeah, just, hey, put yourself in 2nd and 9 to start the game. I'm pleading with you to do that.
Anywhere inside, the 7-yard line, you might get 2 or 3 tush pushes.
Just one
Just
after
keep doing
another,
it.
after another.
Because it seems like at times when you watch the Eagles this year, it's almost like they would, if it's 1st and 10, it almost seems like they would prefer to get 9 yards instead of 12. Like, I don't want to get another first down. I want to get 9 yards so I can run the tush. But that's the way it feels at times watching the Eagles this year, that they would rather be in 2nd and 3rd and short than actually get a first down with any other play.
What concerns you more tonight, the O or the D?
What
Offense.
concerns me more tonight?
Offense.
Let me think about that. It's a good question for you, Chu. What concerns you more tonight, the offense or the defense of the Green Bay Packers?
I mean, the defense has really only had the one stinker against Dallas. The defense has not been an issue. I mean, against Cleveland, yes, sure. Late in the game, could they have gotten a stop to say? Yeah, they gave up 13 points. Gave up 16 points to the Carolina Panthers. Like, to me, it's the offense because you're without Tucker Kraft. Zach Thomas questionable, probably without Matthew Golden.
Wicks is back, likely.
He's listed as questionable. So even if he is back, how much are you going to use him when it's cold and you've been dealing with a calf injury?
Yeah, Zach Tom would not be good. I would say I would rather have Zach Tom play than Matthew Golden.
I would agree.
800-990-3776. What concerns you more tonight against the Eagles? Is it the offense or the defense? I actually think I might go the other way, and I will explain to you why right after this here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
A weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend. Tune into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production. Marcus and his son Chris, a 1995 UCLA hoops champ himself, talk about everything happening in the Bucks world and are joined by some of the biggest names in basketball. Plus, they'll answer some of your questions too. Stay on the beat of the Bucks and find Here District now, Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Okay, well, we have some good news. Southbound 43, that earlier issue with the broken down semi blocking the left lanes right at Capitol Drive has been cleared. The delays are not. They're still there from before Good Hope Road, pretty much all the way down to about Locust. So keep that in mind. Those are going to be working themselves out. We do still have an accident northbound on 41 at Silver Spring, and the Silver Spring off-ramp is closed because of it. So big delays going northbound from north of Watertown Plank Road all the way up to that scene. On the southbound side, we've got our usual backups from south of Appleton Avenue to Capitol. And then we've got an accident on northbound 894 at National Avenue. The right lane is blocked with that. There's also the right shoulder blocked off with all that whole area. Highway 100 southbound at Cleveland. We've got the left shoulder blocked with a crash, so it's even affecting off the freeway. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, a slight chance for a sprinkle, mostly cloudy, a low of 36. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, afternoon rain or snow, likely up to an inch possible with a high of 43. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Well, it may be always sunny in Philadelphia.
Is he listening to us? I can't tell. He's listening. He's not understanding. Yeah, he doesn't even get us, man. We're talking about you.
The forecast in Titletown on Monday night.
And the Eagles going to beat the Packers 22-10. They're on to the divisional.
Calls for revenge. It's the Packers and the Eagles on Monday night. Stay up to date with all your green and gold coverage right here. 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Sometimes the best escape is the one you can take every day, right at home. Hey, it's Jen Latta. Between covering football games, traveling, and chasing my kids around, my schedule can get pretty hectic. That's why my infrared sauna from Good Health Saunas has become my go-to for balance and recovery. The gentle, radiant heat helps me relax, sweat out stress, and recharge, so I'm ready for whatever's next. You can feel the same calm and reset. Just stop by the Good Health Saunas showroom in Waukesha or visit goodhealthsaunas.com/Jen.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at more than 25 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that's Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
After returning from a right quadriceps injury and missing kicks in each of the last 2 games, kicker Brandon McManus finds himself in a competition with Lucas Haversick this week, according to the head coach, Matt LaFleur.
Well, I think every time it's a competitive situation. So, we're going to have both of the guys kick today, and we'll kind of see where Brandon's at in terms of his health and whatnot, and go with who we feel like gives us the best opportunity to go out there and compete and win.
We will find out who gets to go. It's Monday Night Football at Lambeau Field. Packers-Eagles, with Green Bay favored by 2.5.
This has been your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
Need to find that perfect home? Don't sell. Upgrade with a home equity loan. Renovate that kitchen. Retile that bath. You choose the fixtures. Let us do the math. Tri-City National Bank. Equal housing lender. NMLS 433891.
Hey Tom, I want a new hoop for the kids. Any ideas?
Yeah, I got mine from Precision Sports over 10 years ago. They helped me choose the right hoop, installed it, and even painted my court lines.
Nice. How do I reach them?
Easy. PrecisionSportsOnline.com for a free quote.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
But she doesn't know every now and then I got the blammer coming up and I'll let you use my tractor for 2 of the blue things. Which I think's a pretty good deal, which gets me in trouble.
You got a Viagra ring?
On 94.5 ESPN.
Back here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, talking Packers, talking Eagles, talking Monday Night Football. Gabe, we were just discussing the implications of this game, right? We have talked many, many weeks about how even though the Packers have a less than stellar record, they still hold the top spot, thanks to percentage points, in the NFC North. But if they lose this game, where do they drop to in the NFC standings?
They would drop to 7. Right now, they're number 3 in the NFC standings, and with a win, they would get up to number 2, trailing just Seattle. And by the way, Seattle and the Rams go head-to-head, but they would drop all the way down. The Lions would get boosted up to that number 3 spot. Bears would get boosted up to the number 6 spot. Packers would fall to the number 7 spot, just ahead of the San Francisco 49ers.
Seattle for real, by the way. And what a redemption story for Sam Darnold, who is essentially like, bye-bye, cast off. We don't need you anymore. We've got J.J. McCarthy, who did not look great yesterday, by the way, in action. But I do think that, yes, we have to keep our eye on Seattle in the NFC picture for sure. So we were discussing before the break what concerns you more tonight. And I said I'm coming into this pretty optimistic. I'm feeling good about the Packers. They're coming off a clunker, obviously. We know this team has talent. I think they are better than they have performed. I think tonight is the night that you see the most complete game from the Green Bay Packers. Because even if you're looking at that Steelers game, guys, they performed well in the second half. In the fourth quarter of that game, Jordan Love had that 20 completion stretch going. But this is the game I think that they put it all together, even with the injuries that they're dealing with. So we asked you guys before the break, what are you concerned more about, the offense or the defense? Gabe, you said offense. I certainly understand that position. I'm going to say defense, and here's why. I'm still nervous about the playmakers that the Eagles have. I'm still nervous about their ability to exploit the cornerbacks. Do I think Xavier McKinney can hold down the safety position well? I do. But it's the corners that make me nervous about those matchups, Chew. Is that fair? I think the front line is going to get pressure. I think Micah Parsons, Rashawn Gary, they're going to get pressure. I'm sure Jalen Hurts will be looking to run the ball, so they are going to have to be, disciplined in stopping the run, which the Packers have been this season. But I think my biggest concern is, can those corners, Keyshawn Nixon, Carrington, Valentine, can they stop the playmakers that the Eagles have? Is that fair?
Yes, that is fair, but I am more worried about the rush defense because what Philly wants to do is rush the ball and use their play-action game. So you can't allow them to do that. And Saquon, Gabe, like you said, hasn't been great this year, but both teams are going to try to establish the run tonight. That's just what they're going to do because the weather, it's starting to turn now. It's going to be chilly, even though it's not going to be horrible weather. Everything takes on a different feel with the cold. The ball does, the field does. It's just different. So if they let Saquon run loose and to get their play action game going, it's going to be a long night. It's going to be a long night for. And conversely, tight ends love play action. I always love play action because it makes your job as far as releases and finding windows so much easier. And the Packers took a hit there because obviously they lost probably their best offensive weapon. So it'll be very interesting to see who establishes the run. Well, because I think that'll be key.
Well, both teams are going to try for sure.
Well, both teams want to, for sure. But both teams have been bad at it this year.
Mm-hmm.
They've been bad at it. Like, not even just disappointing, bad. The Eagles are 22nd in rush yards per attempt. The Packers are 26th. I mean, these are two teams that, with their two stud running backs. I mean, Josh Jacobs had a remarkable year last year. Granted, that got overshadowed because, Saquon rushed for 2,000 yards and Derrick Henry ran for almost 2,000 yards a year ago. But these were two of the best running backs in the league last year. So looking at those numbers halfway through the season, yeah, that's not where either one of these teams want to be.
But it's both. For both teams, it's offensive line, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's so much the running backs. I just think the offensive lines haven't been playing as well as they were last year.
Which, again, is another reason to feel good because one of the things that I noticed you didn't list off there, Jen, of kind of worried about that. Nobody's worried about the Packers front four. And if your offensive line, like the Eagles, hasn't been playing well, the Packers front four is going to make that hurt because they have been playing against the run. Again, outside of last week against Rico Dowdle, they've been playing the run pretty good this year. Like, that's been a strength of this team. Your offensive line hasn't been playing well. You don't want to see Micah Parsons on the other side. And the Eagles do not have a Micah Parsons on their defense, which is good news for the Packers offensive line, especially if Zach Ton's unable to go.
Yeah, the Eagles have allowed 25 sacks this season. That's 9th most in the NFL. They do have some, obviously, very good veteran offensive linemen on the team. But to your point, as a unit, as a whole, they are susceptible to pressure. And that's what I would like to see happen, obviously. That's why I feel really good about Micah Parsons, Rashawn Gary, et cetera, on that front line. It is to me, and look, I know the cold weather. We got folks weighing in talking about the weather. It's going to be cold. John says it's going to be all about the front. It's cold. The Eagles are not going to pass the ball 40 times. I agree, and I don't even think that has been their blueprint. That has not been the way that this team has structured. Obviously, they have Saquon Barkley, one of the best running backs in the league. They want to push the ball through him. But, Gabe, to your point, it is not the same Saquon, at least not yet. He may come on in the second half of the season and make us all look silly, but at least not yet. We haven't seen the same production from Saquon Barkley. I am concerned about the corners, but I think that's going to be an all-year thing, if I'm being honest. And I know, Gabe, there have been times where you've been like, they're playing good. Keyshawn's playing good. Mm-hmm. Keyshawn is covering. Keyshawn has recovered in games. We talked about the Steelers game specifically. Is it fair, if that's my concern about the defense, those guys and having to defend the likes of A.J. Brown, the likes of the former Heisman winner, who we do not mention on this show?
Why don't we mention him?
I can't recall.
You're not quite sure why you don't mention him? Well, sure, but what has been the Eagles? One of the biggest complaints we've heard out of Philadelphia? Their inability to get the ball to said wide receivers, right? There's a reason why A.J. Brown's as upset as he is, I guess at least perceived that he's been that upset, because they don't get him the ball all that often. Chewy, what do you make of a team that's 10th in points but 23rd in yards? Because that's what the Eagles are. They're 10th in offensive points but 23rd in yards.
Defense scoring a lot of points.
So that's, again, this is an offense that isn't, they're living a lot on a reputation that they had a year ago.
Yeah.
It's not the same team.
And I think it all goes down to the offensive line, because if you go back to last year's Philly team, they were dominant on both sides.
Yeah, especially in the postseason.
They worked the Packers at home, and then in the Super Bowl, they just out-muscled the Chiefs on both sides of the ball. And I don't think that's the case anymore, So it's going to be interesting, and Philly's going to show up to play. Okay, they're coming off the bye week. It's the bright lights. Everyone wants to play on Monday night, so they're just going to have to fly around and flush that game last week. I guarantee. See, when you lose a game like that, even though you're beat up, you want to play the next day because that taste just stinks. This game cannot get there fast enough. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a barn burner. I think it's going to be a 3-point game. It's going to come down to the end, and it's going to be who executes at the end of the game.
800-990-3776. What are you more concerned about tonight for the Green Bay Packers? Again, I'm feeling optimistic. I'm feeling a win for Green Bay for the home team. But what are your concerns? What are you more concerned about? Joshie, I'll go to you. Between the offense and the defense, what concerns you more tonight?
I'm most concerned about the Green Bay Packers offensive line holding up against the Philadelphia Eagles defensive front. They don't have a Micah Parsons, as Gabe said, but they do have a Jalen Carter, and they do have a Jordan Davis, and then they do have Zach Bond. And the way the Packers offensive line has been performing, I feel like Matt LaFleur has both been play calling in a way that is worried about his offensive line holding up, and at times Jordan Love has shown a nervousness about his protection and throwing off his back foot and not really trusting what he's seen in front of him. I think the Packers have to attack the Eagles vertically. They have to use the passing game. Everyone knows they want to run it, but if they can't get a decent pass game going, they aren't going to be able to keep up with the other side of the ball.
800.
You know who's going to be big in this game is Wicks. He's going to be huge because he's going to play in the slot. They wanted to get it to third and manageable. He hasn't played in a couple weeks. Cold weather. And even though he's doing a much better job this year, last year he dropped a lot of balls. So you couple all those things together. They want to get into 3rd and 4. And your slot guy is huge. He's going to have a big night. He's going to have to be one of the players that has a big night.
And that list probably is lengthy, if we're being honest, of players for the Packers who have to have a big night in order for Green Bay to get the win. I was checking out some other statistics while we were chatting, guys. Penalties have been an issue for Green Bay.
Oh, yeah.
Can they keep them from being an issue tonight? I think I see them as 62 penalties. And mind you, the rankings are going to be a little off because the Packers have fewer games because they play tonight. So it's tricky to say where they rank exactly. But, middle of the pack, it's not good. So that is something, obviously, that they want to clean up as well.
Penalties are going to continue to be an issue. And correct me if I'm wrong,
team
Chu.
thing?
No, I just feel like at this point in the season, if you're a team that has been committing as many penalties as they have through the first 8 weeks of the season, I don't think that's going to change. Suddenly, in week number 9, they're going to be a team that doesn't play with penalties, that doesn't make those mistakes. I don't see that happening.
They had how many holding calls last week? A lot of the calls have been on the offensive line.
Yeah.
And this is a pretty good defensive line they're going up against. So, it's that's why Tom is huge. I hate to say it, probably a nice guy, but I really don't want to see Sean Ryan in there, especially against a Jalen Carter. Right?
Yeah.
That scares the hell out of you. That's what kills him.
Well, and then Tucker Kraft ain't coming back. You can't use him to help out.
Exactly, an extension of the offensive line.
Yeah, that's why I'm interested to see how LaFleur plays Musgrave. If it's 3rd and 6, would they rather have Malik Keith in there than Musgrave and go 4 wide? So I don't know. LaFleur's got his work cut out for him.
800-990-3776. What are you more concerned about tonight for the Packers versus the Eagles? Is it the offense? Is it the defense? I'm feeling optimistic about a Packers win. I think they put together all 3 phases of the game. I think they are upset about the way that they looked against the Panthers, know that they underperformed, and I think we see one of the best versions of Green Bay tonight against the Eagles. But what do you think? 800-990-3776. We'll take a break, roll on right after this. Stick around. So much more to come on tonight's Monday Night Football game up at Lambeau Field. If you are looking for a reliable transportation this holiday season. AccuTrans is a veteran-owned business dedicated to providing unmatched corporate, personal, and event-related transportation that you will use again and again. From corporate booking to weddings to group events, AccuTrans Group caters to every single occasion. Booking is safe, easy, and dependable. You can visit their website, AccuTransGroup.com, to get a quote and book a reservation today. I told you, AccuTrans is coming through for us, man. They're taking all of the football parents up to Neenah for the playoff game, for the state semifinals, because I trust that they will take care of our group. And if I trust them, you guys should as well. It's AccuTransGroup.com for reliable and safe transportation wherever you need to go.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Eastbound 94, watch for delays from just before 84th Street all the way to Hawley Road. Westbound's in the clear at the moment. Northbound on 41, slowing down from Mayfair Road up to Burleigh. Southbound slow from the county line down to Good Hope Road. And then in Kenosha County, that's where the worst of the snow is. And we do have one accident still up on the board. It is on northbound 94 right at the state line. Things are backing up into Illinois, but hopefully that'll be getting a little bit better. We do have delays north and southbound between the state line and Highway 50, though. Slick conditions continue. Traffic is brought to you by Life Navigators Soap and Suds Drive. Your donation of body wash and hand soap or laundry pods will help local kids and adults with disabilities stay healthy all year. Learn more at lifenavigators.org. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast today, blustery and chilly with a few morning flurries, partly cloudy, a high of 37. Tonight, blustery with a chance of flurries, a low of 25. Weather is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank, custom solutions built around your goals, member FDIC. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Thinking about buying or building a new home? Start with a mortgage pre-approval from Great Midwest Bank and experience a state of tranquility. At Great Midwest Bank, we offer fast approvals and flexible options with experienced loan officers who understand the local market, because they live here too. Whether you're breaking ground for new construction or buying that dream home just around the corner, we'll guide you every step of the way. Bank with confidence and start your journey at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Hey y'all, it's the Rocket Roger Clemens here. Spent a lot of time pitching heat. Years later, the pain in my joints remind me of those days, but I'm not looking to sit still, and I definitely am not interested in going under the knife. That's why I chose QC Kinetics.
Not just for elite retired athletes. QC Kinetics gives everyday folks joint pain relief using regenerative treatments that work with your body to help repair joint damage.
No surgery, no long recovery, whether it's your knees, hips, shoulders, or back. My friends at QC Kinetics will help you get moving again so you can get back to doing the things you love.
QC Kinetics medical professionals will look at your x-rays or MRI to determine if you're a good candidate.
I trusted QC Kinetics to help me feel like myself again, and I'm proud to recommend them to you.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-667-5559. That's 414-667-5559. 414-667-5559.
This fall, make 3rd Street Market Hall your one-stop, must-stop destination to eat, drink, and play. 3rd Street Market Hall has over 15 locally owned food vendors, a self-service beer wall featuring 30 Wisconsin breweries, over 50 HD TVs, and happy hour specials all week. The perfect place to work remotely or catch a game between meetings or over lunch. 3rd Street Market Hall is your home away from home or office. Visit 3rdstreetmarkethall.com for menus, events, and more information.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
The delicious taste of victory deserves something equally superior. Cheer on your team with Michelob Ultra. At 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, it's a superior, smooth taste worth playing for. Grab a Michelob Ultra, superior light beer, as you cheer your team on. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the Milwaukee Bucks. Enjoy a Michelob Ultra at Dugout 54 in Milwaukee, Maxwell's in Cedarburg, Steny Lake Country, and Brat Stop in Kenosha. Please enjoy responsibly.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Did you know that fact, though?
No, I didn't.
You didn't know that fact?
Is that just
No.
a fact, Brig?
Yeah. I mean, that's what Chewy does. Chewy knows the most facts of anyone on the show.
He also knows the most fiction.
On 94.5 ESPN.
A weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend. Tune into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production. Marcus and his son Chris, a 1995 UCLA hoops champ himself, talk about everything happening in the Bucks world. They're joined by some of the biggest names in basketball, plus they'll answer some of your questions. Stay on the Be the Bucks. Find Here District now, bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get podcasts.
I don't recall Green Bay putting together a complete game since weeks 1 and 2. Too much inconsistency on all three phases of this team, the fourth being a big part of the problem. Coaching, bad play calling, and clock management. That from Allen in the 414. Let's go out to the phone lines. Caleb and Horicon waiting patiently to get his thoughts in. Caleb, good morning. What are you more concerned about in tonight's game? The offense for the Packers or the defense for the Packers?
Good morning, guys. I'm definitely more concerned with the offense, leaning with Gabe and Joshy. It's time for Matt LaFleur to quit coaching like a scared little turtle. Give Jordan Love the keys. I know the offense is banged up, okay, but other than 3 silly interceptions, I mean, Love has been great this year. I mean, got to give this guy the keys, pay him all this money, get the run game going. I think they found something last week. But, yeah, definitely the offense because of the high variance difference. Defense has been great, other than Dallas. Give Jordan Love the keys. Love the program. Go Pack Go.
Thanks for the call, Caleb. Another vote for the offense, more concerned about that. And I do understand, obviously, the inconsistencies, the injuries on the offensive line. It is going to be a test for that offensive line for the Green Bay Packers today. And you guys mentioned some of the key playmakers that the Eagles have. It is interesting. They just seem to have playmakers at every position, right? And we have talked about the way that Howie Roseman has built that roster. We have talked about, Green Bay sort of following in those footsteps, following that template. We have joked about the Georgia football, right? Georgia defense that basically just exists in Philadelphia as well. I certainly understand questions about the offense. I do think that they are going to come to play. And I do think that Jordan Love is going to take the opportunity in a prime time setting to remind people why he is a top 10 quarterback in the league, Gabe.
You mentioned during the break, you had, said there was a texter that had texted in saying, if Josh Jacobs gets over 70 yards, the Packers win. Oh, man, it's not a lot of yards. How many times do you think Saquon Barkley's gone over 70 yards rushing this year?
6.
I go lower just because Gabe would not have posed the question if it was that high. I'll say 3.
2. He's only done it twice. So if you think, they're just going to run the ball the way that the Panthers did with Rico Dowdle. Rico Dowdle's been running the football better than Saquon has been. He just has. The Panthers have had more success running the football than the Eagles have. So it's not just, clearly, you can see what the Carolina Panthers did, and the Eagles are going to replicate that. They've struggled running the football. Because, again, that's a team that wants to run the football. They want their identity to be run the football around Saquon Barkley and then get the ball to their weapons on the outside, and they just haven't been able to accomplish that. Now, they've still been able to win games. They've still been able to be a good team through 8 games, but stopping Saquon's not like it was a year ago. It's not as of an impossible task.
Are they a flip-a-switch team, though? Like Kansas City, when the bright lights are on, they turn it on, or when we get close to the playoffs, they flip a switch and turn it on. They play down to their competition at times.
I think that there's only one flip-a-switch team, and I think that's Kansas City. Because I've seen Kansas City do it repeatedly, Chew. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, they've done it so many times at this point. Like, it's hard to keep track of how many times Kansas City has done it. Philadelphia, to me, isn't that type of a team. because they've got some youth on their team as well. They are the second youngest team in the league behind the Green Bay Packers because that's how you supplement what they have. We talked about last week how they've paid all these guys, and they're a team that's got 7 in the top 100 in terms of annual average salary. Well, how do you get away with that? By hitting on some of the draft picks that they've done, but they've got holes on the roster as well, and they've made their fair share of mistakes through the first half of the season too.
How many points can they score tonight?
Packers?
Yeah.
Well, what was your prediction?
24-21.
It feels with the weather conditions, cold.
I don't feel any more than 24, though.
Yeah, I was about to say max is probably 27-28.
And I was just saying to Gabe, like, you look down the scores from this past weekend, and you got a bunch of teams that went up over 40 that put a 40 burger on their opponent. Now, you said they were playing bad defenses, but it used to be, I felt pretty good when the Packers were consistently putting up 30 points per game. I was like, oh, it's a high-powered offense. Now to see that teams are putting up, a score and a half more or a couple of scores more, they're chucking the ball around out there. I do want to get into a couple other things. Let's get to a few more comments from the loyal listeners. 800-990-3776. Phil in the 630 says, my biggest concern isn't the offense or the defense. It's LaFleur. He's aggressive when he should be conservative. He's conservative when he should be aggressive. Open up the playbook and stop going east and west with the offense. Look, there's been a lot of coverage of the play calling and of what the defenses are giving the Packers over the last week or so, right? They're talking about how they got that too high safety shell. You've got where they can't throw the ball downfield, which is what Jordan Love wants to do. So they have to go underneath, and he has to dink and dunk his way to success. And that is part of the reason why you are seeing the offense that you are seeing. But Gabe, to the listener's point, he's got to pick his spots, right? There are going to be opportunities, especially if they keep those intermediate routes and they start hitting there, where he will be able to throw the ball downfield, hopefully.
Is Savion Williams being questionable a good thing? Because he's the one seemingly that they're trying to get the ball to, again, horizontally more than vertically. Like, he's the guy that they run the jet sweeps to. He's the guy that they tried to last week when it was 3rd and 3. They run the bubble screen horizontally to him. That gets blown up and ultimately leads to LaFleur going for it on 4th down. Will LaFleur be tempted less if Savion Williams is limited or unable to go vertical, to go horizontal and maybe try to go a little more vertical?
I think they're just giving him Jaden Reed plays. I mean, Jaden Reed has his gadget plays within the offense, and LaFleur doesn't want to get rid of that part of the offense, so I think he's trying to clone Jaden Reed.
Shouldn't you limit that part of the offense, though, at this point?
Yes.
Or do we just have to continuously bang our heads against the wall?
What do you think Matt LaFleur thought when he saw Tyler Shuck and the New Orleans Saints just laser showing deep downfield against the Panthers? Was he mad? Like, hey, you can't do that. You have to dink and dunk. You have to go horizontal.
Yeah, that's going to affect your time of possession. That's not a good play. When you score too fast. I don't get it. I really think Wicks is going to be the key tonight, because they're not going to want to be in 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10. They're going to want to be in 3rd and 4, right? It is going to be a dink and dunk. I'm sorry, but it's going to be a dink and dunk.
You know what I want to see? I want to see middle of the field.
Yes.
Intermediate routes, middle of the field.
Yeah.
That's where this offense can take that next step. Find some intermediate, because the thing that Luke Musgrave has going for him is he's a bigger target than Tucker. He's taller. He's got that bigger catch radius. See if you can use him over the middle of the field. Chew, you've been talking about slants until you're blue in the face.
Yeah.
You bring it up 7 times a week, and understandably so. Maybe, I don't know, Dontavian Wicks, if he has the feet of Devontae Adams, the way that Matt LaFleur said and didn't want it to be out there in the public, maybe run a slant or two to him. Getting the ball over the middle of the field is seemingly something that's missing in this offense. And I think that's what can kind of alleviate some of the concerns about the inconsistency. You find the middle of the... I mean, how many times have we, as Packer fans, been frustrated when the middle of the field's been wide open against us?
Yeah.
Take advantage of that on the other side. And I think that's what Matt LaFleur needs to do tonight. Find a way to get the ball in the middle of the field.
Justin in Jacksonville weighing in on the Carbless Talk and text line 800-990-3776. I'm concerned with the defense because I believe our cornerbacks are below average. I can see the Eagles wide receivers running wide open on us all night. 800-990-3776. Get your reaction. I still want to talk about the kicker situation, okay? Are we getting mixed messages out of 1265 when it comes to what the kicker situation is? We'll dive into that right after this on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Hey guys, if you're feeling like you're running on empty, Mentality Health is here to help. Look, if you're low energy, you have that fatigue, you've got some weight gain, muscle loss, maybe especially belly fat, you feel anxious, moody, irritable, those are all signs of low testosterone. But the good news is Mentality Health can help. Go to mentalityhealth.com/radio, book that first appointment. And board-certified physicians provide a full physical, consultation, and blood panel analysis all during that first visit. And then if your testosterone levels are low, they can work with you. What they do over at Mentality is focus on your free testosterone levels, which some doctors can't overlook. Then once you start working with Mentality, the results, and I can attest to this personally, are fantastic. Your energy comes back. The belly fat burns off, muscle strengthens, but maybe more importantly, you start to feel like yourself again. You have that energy and you're confident, you're driven, you're ready to tackle life. So don't let low testosterone hold you back. Be at your best, not just for yourself, but for your family. Visit mentalityhealth.com/radio. mentalityhealth.com/radio and book your first appointment today.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Looking for a fun and meaningful way to kick off the holiday season? Join us for the 20th anniversary of Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive, Saturday, December 13th at the Kasmeric Center in Grafton. This free, family-friendly event is a celebration of giving. Bring a new, unwrapped toy and help brighten the holidays for children and families in need across Wisconsin. To learn more or get involved, visit kidstokidstoydrive.com and join us on December 13th in Grafton.
Hey, it's Desmond Howard. You want to win the weekend? It all starts with the tailgate. And for me, that means Kingsford Charcoal.
They've been bringing the flavor, the smoke, and the heat since 1920. No wonder they're still the gold standard of grilling. So fire it up, feed your crew, and let the smoke do the talking. Kingsford, the king of the tailgate. Get it today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
This one's for the flavor fanatics. Sour Apple 5-Hour Energy Shots don't mess around. They bring the bite. Tart, tangy, and packed with tasty caffeine, this little 2-ounce bottle punches above its weight. With 0 sugar and as much caffeine as a 12-ounce premium cup of coffee, it's the kind of pick-me-up that keeps your taste buds happy without the crash. And it doesn't stop at Sour Apple. There are 17 bold flavors waiting for you to discover. Pick one up in store or stock up online at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon today.
Hey sports fans, looking to level up your next private event? V Private Bar Services is your game changer. Move beyond the ordinary. V Private Bar Services crafts custom cocktails tailored to your brand and your guests' tastes. Imagine a bar experience that's as unique as your business. Our expert mixologists will create a memorable experience that your clients and team will rave about. From signature cocktails to full-service bars, we've got you covered. Be the MVP of your next event. Visit vprivatebar.com to book today.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's 4 walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Right?
Yeah.
Kind of like a, oof, like instead of a, huh.
Yeah. But that's all part of taking the training law.
I do, but it's just such funny noises.
Did this get sexual or something? I don't know about it. What the hell just happened?
On 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, ESPN Milwaukee listeners, Josh DiMaggio here from my friends at Wanna Parlay, my favorite daily fantasy sports app with the absolute largest payouts on parlays. Tonight, I'm looking at a Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown, Christian Watson anytime touchdown, Jordan Love over passing yards, and Brandon McManus under kicking points for the game. Here's what you should do. Download the Wanna Parlay app, click around, and when you decide to upload money to play and get into the action, use promo code JGC for a 100% deposit match for up to $250. Put in $20, they'll give you 20 more. Download the Wanna Parlay app, use promo code JGC, and let's play the world's richest parlay today. You must be 18 years or older to play. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER today.
I've been thinking our team is really good. Our roster is really good. I think our team is really good. So, but their team is also really good as well. Measuring stick, I wouldn't really say all of that. But I think it's a big game for both teams.
That's Xavier McKinney talking about the matchup tonight against the Eagles. Who's the defender that has to step up the most? Is it McKinney? Because McKinney's been playing well. You haven't seen the takeaways that you have seen from this Packers defense that you have in past years, even with McKinney on the field for the last 2 seasons. Who's the defender, Chew, that needs to step up tonight in order to ensure a Packers win?
Gary. Micah's going to get double teamed. Philly's seen him enough when he's been in Dallas. Okay, they're going to try. They're not going to let him take over the game. So that means everyone else is going to be single blocked. Someone's got to make a play. They were invisible last week against Carolina, who had offensive line issues in the middle of the game, and they still couldn't generate much. So, yeah, Rashawn Gary's gotta bother Hurts. He's got to make him uncomfortable. He doesn't need to have 5 sacks, but he's got to be in there and make Hurts feel uncomfortable.
I'd like to check snap counts just to see how often Edgerrin Cooper is on the field, but he's my pick for the guy who needs to step up. Because I think you're going to get the same performances or a similar performance for some of these other guys that you have seen, whether it's Gary, whether it's Parsons, or whether it's the backside of Xavier McKinney. But when you have a threat to run, which we know that the Eagles are, I need to see Edgerrin Cooper and those linebackers step up. I need them to be solid in stopping the run, containing the run. That's my guy for who I'd like to see defensively step up. Gabe, who is it for you?
I look at, maybe that's not step up, but just continue to play well for Devontae Wyatt. And I know that I keep banging this drum of, hey, Saquon hasn't been as good. Well, his last game was his best game of the season, and you do still need to keep them in check and try to make them as one-dimensional as possible. And he has been the one where it's fallen on his shoulders because they're not very deep at the defensive tackle position. It's fallen on his shoulders to control the middle part of the line of scrimmage. And he's going to have to continue to do that to try to make the Eagles a little more one-dimensional in the game tonight. So that's what I think he needs to do. And that's all part of that defensive line. But controlling that middle part of the line to make sure that Saquon does not go off, that's going to be huge for the Packers.
Sean Gary, Edgerrin Cooper, Devontae Wyatt. Joshy, who are we missing? Who needs to step
Nixon. Up? Stop getting penalties and don't get bullied by A.J. Brown.
Wow.
That's pretty good recipe for success.
Don't get bullied by A.J. Brown. Okay.
Gabe's like, got anything easier?
Okay.
If there's anybody on the Packers that you would not like, last time Jair Alexander literally just got pushed and thrown 30 yards, I think Keyshawn's a little more firm, a little stronger than that.
Well, yeah, he's not going to get bullied to that extent, but he's going to get bullied by A.J. Brown. Like there's going to be a catch tonight. There's going to be a catch tonight that A.J. Brown has where he's just going to be more physical than Keyshawn because he's a bigger, more physical player.
Yeah, the one.
That's going
Make sure
to
it's
happen.
not 3, 4.
Well, what you want A.J. Brown to start pouting at some point in the game.
Yes.
Right?
It's been a great recipe for other teams.
Preferably.
Yeah. But Hurts isn't the most accurate passer in the world. You know? He's good.
He's still good.
I'm more worried about, I tell you what, I'm more worried about Hurts with his legs than I am with his arm. You know?
Even though the Packers have been pretty good this season at stopping the run. And again, I know that Rico Dowdle performance is standing out there. It's glaring, trust me.
And I don't think Halfley loves playing a ton of man. He'll play some, but I think deep down he's more of a zone guy, which, and Jalen's smart enough, he's been in this league long enough to know that it's different when you tuck it in run against zone as opposed to man, so...
Well, but that's a big reason why they got to find a way to slow down Saquon early, because otherwise you're throwing that extra man in the box, Chew, and then you're playing a lot of man on the back end of it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be a chess match. It always is. on both sides of the ball.
800-990-3776. Caleb in the 920 weighing in on the Carbless Talking text line. He says, one more quick point. Can we get a game where Matt LaFleur coaches to win the game instead of coaching for his job? I don't know if that makes sense, but I want this team to win and look good doing it.
Didn't he coach to win last week, and we were upset by him going for 4th and 8? Isn't that the only?
I mean, come on. I know what you're doing there, but like,
I'm just saying that's what he did.
He hasn't.
Did you guys see that Dan Campbell took over the play calling in Detroit? And they score 44. That's a lot of guys handing over the reins.
Well, that's not handing over the reins. That is
way.
Well, that's taking the reins.
Taking the reins.
Yeah.
That is not going, hey,
Okay.
I'm going to give this up. That's going, hey, this isn't good enough. I'm taking over.
Dan Campbell did this once before, and that was when he took the play calling and gave it to Ben Johnson. So I'd expect changes coming next year.
If Mark Murphy was here, he would pull the play calling from Matt LaFleur. There's a chance.
And what, do it himself?
He would not.
Maybe.
I promise you he would not.
Less than 0%.
Okay. Just throw it out there.
Taking a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Stick around for the second hour.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Westbound on 94, we've got backups from about 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard, and then back on the brakes between Sunny Slope Road and Moreland Road. Eastbound 94, a bit tight right past Highway 164. You're back on the brakes from 84th Street all the way to Hawley Road. We do have a crash right about at 84th Street as well. That's off on the right shoulder. Southbound 43, watch for backups heading down from Hampton all the way down to about Locust. And beyond that, you're looking good through the Marquette. Northbound's backing up right around the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenue. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, blustery, chilly with a few morning flurries. Partly cloudy, otherwise a high of 37. Tonight, blustery with a chance of flurries, a low of 25. Weather is brought to you by the Bartolotta Restaurants, offering the perfect holiday gift, a memorable experience with the Bartolotta gift card. Purchase yours at bartolottas.com, and happy holidays, Milwaukee. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Crisp air, cozy sweaters, and a home that's actually ready for fall. Exterior Pros and Baths is giving $3,000 off roofing, siding, windows, or bath remodels this month. Don't let your home be the only thing falling apart this season. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. Exterior Pros and Baths, because your house deserves a little sweater weather too.
Strong mind, strong body, and strong communities. That is what you need to know about the Princeton Club, and that is what you can achieve at the Princeton Club of New Berlin. When you walk in there, you will feel completely motivated to better yourself just like everyone else is doing. I've done personal training. They have saunas. They have workout classes. They have basketball courts. They have indoor-outdoor swimming pools. It all starts with a tour. Check it out. You're going to fall in love. Free childcare with the membership, open 24/7. Check out the Princeton Club of New Berlin. Get your tour and take that small step to a bigger journey for a better tomorrow. That's at theprincetonclub.net.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle Bruston Nortman from 2 to 5 every day.
WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Hey, you know what, Jen? Sometimes I put stuff in my hair to get rid of some of the gray.
So attractive one day, not attractive the next.
Have you come across this?
Yes, I am familiar with this syndrome. She's a two-face.
And when I come in the next day, you can kind of notice a little bit. But by the third or fourth day, you forget, okay? Yes, there I said.
Boy, am I glad to see you.
You expecting someone else?
You never know.
You know, you might want to take the tunnel.
So, what do you feel like eating, Chinese or Italian?
I put a little hair product in. Sue me. Who cares? Own it.
Kramer, hi.
Oh, hello.
It's Gwen. We met at the coffee shop.
Uh-huh.
I'm dating your friend Jerry.
I don't know who you really are, but I've seen Jerry's girlfriend, and she's not you. You're much better looking.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamora. Here's Jen Latta.
Kicking could play a big role in tonight's Monday Night Football game, Eagles versus Packers at Lambeau Field. And unfortunately, the Packers' kicking situation has been less than stellar, less than ideal, as we try to figure out exactly how healthy Brandon McManus is. I know that kicker conversations aren't that sexy, but man, doesn't it feel like this whole situation has been mismanaged? Let's talk about it here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. It's sponsored by BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout for 10% off your first month of therapy. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P. When I talk about mismanaged, if you read our friend Jason Wilde's column over at the channel3000.com site, he talks about how when he talked to Matt LaFleur said that Brandon McManus and Lucas Haversick are in a competitive situation when asked who would be handling kicking duties in the Monday night matchup. Okay, great, wonderful. That makes sense. Competitive situation. It certainly seems as though Brandon McManus has not been 100%. He has not been himself. He has not been lights out the way that he was when he was first given the opportunity. But then on Friday, Rich Bisaccia was asked who will be kicking Monday night, and he immediately said, Brandon McManus. Gabe, how do you read this situation?
Well, and LaFleur kind of clarified his comments on Saturday as well, kind of saying that the media was looking too much into the competitive situation comments, that every spot on the roster is always a competition.
Sure.
Look, McManus is their guy. They paid him this offseason. He is their guy. I don't know. I guess I understand being concerned to an extent. Okay, so you release Haversick. He gets picked up by somebody else. What do you care? You have your kicker. Like, what do you care if he gets picked up by somebody else? I mean,
to me, that points to that their guy isn't 100%, and that
but
there's
he is 100%. He was a full participant all this week. He doesn't have an injury designation this week. He's kicking this week. He's healthy.
You're not worried that he's still recovering from the quad injury?
No, he's healthy. If he's kicking, he's healthy. I don't care. If you're out there, we talk about this in every other position. If you're out there, the expectations are the expectations. He's healthy. If he plays, he's healthy.
I understand what you're saying. I guess my concern, Chew, is that because they paid him all the money this offseason, they are listening to him when he says, I'm good, I'm 100%, I'm good, I'm healthy, I can do this, da-da-da. And they're going, okay, we paid him all this money, he says he can do it, we probably should put him out there. But in the back of their minds, they know that this is still an issue, and that's why they've got Haversick on the roster.
I don't think it's an issue anymore. I think they screwed it up by bringing him back maybe a little too early. But I agree with Gabe. Get rid of the footsteps, Even though McManus is a veteran kicker, a pretty confident guy, no one likes to hear footsteps behind him, So I think he's completely healthy. They wouldn't have him out there if he wasn't. And I agree. Just do whatever you have to do with Haversick, whether it's cut him or, I don't know.
But that's what they have to do.
Ankle walking in the building and put him on IR, or if they can protect him, but players don't like hearing footsteps.
I mean, again, you have your kicker. Who cares if somebody else picks up Lucas Haversick? Because, again, and Haversick is the darling right now because he kicked 2 games and didn't miss a kick. It's 2 games. I know he's got the 61-yarder. Like, he could easily miss a kick
record
tonight. Yeah, he could easily miss a kick tonight. If he would be the one that were to kick. There's a reason why Lucas Haversick was out of the league for 2 seasons between his stints before the Packers picked him up. Like, just get rid of him. Don't worry about it. Why carry 2 kickers on the roster? It's just baffling to me.
The only reason you would do so is if you're worried that McManus is not the same guy he was before the injury. And look, Chew, missing a couple of those kicks, missing kicks in the game against the Steelers, and missing a kick against the Panthers, that doesn't bode well, right? The guy was automatic beforehand. Now he's missing kicks. That's reason enough, I think, to be concerned.
Yeah, you know who was better last year as well? Josh Jacobs, Elton Jenkins, Xavier McKinney. I mean, everyone has their stretch where they're not playing well. So I just think if you play them through it, they're kickers for crying out loud. You don't need 2 of them on the roster, So we missed kicks. Josh Jacobs, not as good as last year. Xavier McKinney, where all the interceptions. Elton Jenkins, you're not as good at center as you were at guard. I mean, you could bring this up for a lot of different players, and I think they'll be fine. I just think carrying 2 guys.
You think it's messing with his head? Is that what you think?
Guys hear footsteps. Guys don't want, and they read the papers and they hear how fans react, and he's just got to play himself through that. And I think he'll be fine. I think It's not like you're watching him and like, oh my gosh, he's got a giddy up in his hitch or a hitch in his giddy up. You know, he just it's like Christian
hitch.
Watson, right? I knew it was something. It's a Monday. It's a Monday.
What would a giddy up in your hitch look like? What is the hitch in this instance? Because the hitch in the giddy up is, you got a little lip going, when you're running. What would the giddy up in the hitch? It's a quick twitch kind of limp?
You've always had a hitch, right? Not everyone has a hitch all the time. Some people have a hitch. Like Jim Furyk, Gabe. How painful was that to look at?
Yeah, that was
right. What would you call that?
Yeah, he had a hitch in his giddy up.
Did he have a
giddy up in his hitch?
Giddy up in his hitch?
Yeah, he had a little giddy up in
his hitch. So I digress.
Forrest Gump running with the leg braces. Some giddy up in the hitch.
How did we get here? I think that was your fault.
That's on me. You got the saying wrong, and I stopped it.
We're talking about the kicker situation.
No, I know. He'll be fine. It's fine. He'll be okay. Sometimes you miss a kick.
Okay, but let me ask you a question. How many games in a row are you willing to let the guy miss a kick before you go, you know what? We got to sit you down. We got another guy here who has been automatic. And again, he might not be going out there. But whether it is he's hearing footsteps and it's in his head, or there is something lingering from the quad injury, he has not been as good as advertised.
Make a decision. If you have two kickers, you have none. Pick one. Pick whatever one you want. Pick one. That's whatever decision they make, that's fine.
Yeah.
But just pick. And it seems like everybody... Sachi has told us, Matt LaFleur clarified his comments on Saturday. The obvious indication here is that they're picking McManus. All right, then tomorrow, release Lucas Havrisik.
Well, but again, because of what they've seen in practice, right? They keep seeing him, boot the hell out of the ball in practice. Mm-hmm. Great. But he's missed in games. And God forbid they lose this game to the Eagles tonight because he misses a kick, right? Hypothetical, of course. But God forbid. And then we sit there and go, wow, they've really bungled this thing. Because they keep trotting this guy out here who has shown them that something's wrong. I don't know what it is, but something is not right. And they have a guy hanging out on the roster, collecting a paycheck, maybe not as big a paycheck as this guy. It just reads really weird.
I just think they need to play through it. I mean, you remember Mason Crosby going into Detroit and missing, 4?
Might have been 5.
4 or 5 kicks?
It was bad.
Sometimes you just got to let them play through their little slump. So, we'll have to, because they don't want to go back to where they were a couple of years ago.
Correct.
With the revolving door kickers, because you put Havrisik in, he makes all his kick, and then he misses 2 in this game, and I need to bring it's just such a
That's
distraction.
Why you just got to make your
team.
decision.
Yeah.
You make your decision, and I think you go with the guy who has been consistent and has consistently done this for a long time in the league, in Brandon McManus.
Yeah, it's get off the Potter crap.
Okay.
I reversed that one too.
At least you knew.
The thing that makes it interesting is it's not totally uncommon for kickers to just figure it out one day. For a guy like Havrisik to all of a sudden be a good kicker. We see stories like that happen all the time. And the reason he's still lingering kind of makes me feel like he's also been performing quite well in practice. And they're like, well, what if this guy's like a younger, better version? What if he's got a better leg? The thing with McManus is the Packers have so consistently made the wrong decision when it comes to these either-or situations that they often then are afforded the ability to switch it back. All I look at right now, Nate Hobbs being injured is an advantage for them, but Carrington Valentine's been better the whole time.
Yep.
From training camp all the way to where we are right now. He was always better, but they decided Nate Hobbs was a guy because he was paid, because of all that. And they had the ability to switch. The problem is, if they make the decision to go McManus and release Havrisik, and they're not 100% confident, then what? Then you're stuck, because I got a feeling, I don't know if you saw some of those kickers that were out there last week or on Sunday.
He'd be picked up.
A lot of guys out there that probably could use some work and some upgrades, so they're afraid. They're basically afraid of making their own decisions.
He's going to get picked up.
Yeah.
But also, do you want to lose another player who actually has value and might actually play for you? Because you've got other guys that are getting closer to returning from IR.
Yeah,
and that you're going to need the roster spot.
Yeah.
You're going to continue to carry 2 kickers and release other players who actually play special teams and do other things for you the way they did with Ben Sims.
Kind of feels like they should have probably just put McManus on IR right away and let Havrisik kick.
100%. That's why I said at the beginning of this has been bungled.
Yeah.
Let the guy heal. Let the other guy go out there, handle the duties while your guy heals because you paid him all that money. There's a little bit of confirmation bias going on here, no doubt. But what's the old saying, guys? 1 is a fluke, 2 is a coincidence, 3 is a trend. I'm telling you, 1 week, 2 weeks, misses tonight. If there's any misses tonight, I'm sitting there going, now what, guys? Now what are we doing?
I know. I just don't think we need those problems at this junction of the season because we got enough problems to deal with.
Don't need them, but you might have them.
I know.
We might have the problem whether we want them or not. That's the whole thought here.
The problem is they got no one to blame but themselves.
Yeah.
I would argue that it's a combination of all the things that we have said here, but part of it is they want so badly for McManus to be the guy, for McManus to regain the form that he had last year when he was automatic, and he just might not. Again, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to sit there and say, you're healing, you're coming back, maybe your head's a little messed up because you got another guy there competing with you at practice or whatever it is, but you have got to be perfect tonight. If you miss a kick tonight, then I'm going, Packers, what are we doing? You got a guy who has shown, and again, at least give Haversick the opportunity to show that he can do it then.
Well, but then what do you do if they decide to do that and then he starts missing kicks?
Yeah.
Because again, there's a reason why he was out of the league for 2 years.
That's what they're afraid of.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
So again, who cares what you're afraid? Just release the guy. You made the decision that McManus is your kicker. You made that decision this offseason. Stick with that decision. Right, wrong, or indifferent, pick one.
Yeah.
And roll with it.
Given the opportunity, he should have been put on IR. They should have shelved him and said, "Come back."
And it's already too late for that.
Yep. So now he's healthier.
Yes, correct. So now you've put him out there. He doesn't have an injury designation. He is healthy. My guess is he won't show up heading into the Giants game at all on the injury report since he's been a full participant. He is your guy. Make the decision. Give him the confidence that he knows that he's your guy.
Alan in Milwaukee says, stop playing games with the kickers. This franchise has lived on consistent kicking for 10-plus years. Which do you think is the 10-year fix? Answer, with McManus, we are right back to last year in 2 years. So I guess that's a vote for Haversick, if I'm reading that correctly. And then Matt in the 414 says, the Packers have lost games because he missed kicks, plus Haversick is cheaper and doesn't have the alleged situations that kept him from getting picked up before we picked him up a couple of years ago. Big deal, so they lose money. That from Matt in Franklin. 800-990-3776 if you want to weigh in on the kicking situation that the Packers have found themselves in as they continue, it seems, to not know exactly what they want to do long term. I know what they want to do. They want it to be McManus.
Yes.
They want him to be healthy. They want him to make kicks. And they are giving him every single opportunity to seize that job.
Well, my guess is if he does miss kicks tonight or a kick, then they'll put him on IR and then go with that. They're not going to cut him. You're not, right? Am I wrong?
I don't think they're going to make up an injury and suddenly put him on IR because he doesn't have an injury designation going into this game.
Hamstring.
I don't think McManus would be like, oh I'll fake an injury for you guys and go on IR so I don't kick. Doesn't seem like something he would play along with.
What if he has no choice?
Well, I think he does have a choice in terms of, I'm not injured. I don't know why I'm on IR. And then the Packers get investigated and lose draft picks.
Oh, I know that doesn't really bode well for him either, if we're being honest.
Still gets his money.
Hey, guys, let me tell you about my friends over at Closets by Design in Milwaukee. I have told you how I needed my space to be organized, needed my space to give me less anxiety, and the folks over at Closet by Design did just that. But Closets by Design is also giving back to our local community. They've launched a holiday food drive to help families right here in southeastern Wisconsin who have been impacted by the ongoing government shutdown. Their goal is to make sure at least 100 local families enjoy a full holiday meal this year. How can you contribute? Well, it's pretty easy, guys. They're asking folks to pack the van, feed a fam. Stop by 6040 West Executive Drive in Mequon. That's 6040 West Executive Drive in Mequon during business hours and drop off a non-perishable food, toiletry, or cash donation. They are going to make sure that folks in the community get those things this holiday season. Let's help Closets by Design fill the van and make sure no family goes hungry this holiday season.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Well, We got eastbound 94 to 84th Street with an accident. It's off on the right shoulder, so watch out for that. Delays continue past that all the way towards Hawley Road. Westbound backed up right through the stadium interchange. We got southbound 43 backing up from Hampton all the way down towards Locust. And then southbound 41 on and off the brakes, basically from the county line past Good Hope Road, past Appleton Avenue, and again from Silver Spring down past Hampton. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, blustery, chilly with a few morning flurries and partly cloudy with a high of 37. Tonight, blustery with a chance of flurries, a low of 25. Weather's brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof siding and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Looking for a fun and meaningful way to kick off the holiday season? Join us for the 20th anniversary of Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive, Saturday, December 13th at the Kasmeric Center in Grafton. This free, family-friendly event is a celebration of giving. Bring a new, unwrapped toy and help brighten the holidays for children and families in need across Wisconsin. To learn more or get involved, visit kidstokidstoydrive.com and join us on December 13th in Grafton.
Penalty flags? Not here. Carbless is the clean play that every football fan can agree on. With zero sugar, zero carbs, and just 100 calories, you get all the flavor without the penalty. Whether you're tailgating outside the stadium, hosting a crew at home, or watching solo in your lucky jersey, Carbless brings premium cocktails right into the huddle. Made to be refreshingly delicious and game day ready, Carbless keeps fans cheering from kickoff to the final whistle. So this season, skip the sugar, skip the carbs, and make the winning call. Find your bliss with Carbless.
Welcome to Jackpot Land this fall at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Play your favorite games with your Potawatomi Rewards card all fall to win your share of thousands in prizes each month and earn entries into the big December Jackpot Land prize drawings. Your October, November, and December entries all count. Win thousands in cash or reward play. Welcome to Jackpot Land, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Hey, it's Jen Latta, and I just had my walk-in closet redesigned by Closets by Design. Doug and his team in Mequon were amazing, from the first consultation to the final install, and now I have a beautiful, organized space for all of my clothes. They really brought my vision to life. Locally owned with the backing of a trusted national brand, they deliver expert design with a personal touch. Get 40% off, plus an extra 15% off, and take advantage of 18-month free financing. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN. And don't forget to tell them Jen from Jen Gabe and Chewy sent you. Are you looking for reliable transportation this holiday season? I've got you covered. Hey, it's Jen Latta from ESPN Milwaukee. With holiday parties, family gatherings, and year-end events on the horizon, I trust Accutrans Group to handle all my private transportation needs. Whether it's a corporate function or a festive celebration, Accutrans gets me there safely and on time. As a veteran-owned business, they pride themselves on top-notch service that you can count on. Booking is easy, stress-free, and reliable. Just visit AccuTransGroup.com to reserve your holiday ride today. That's AccuTransGroup.com.
Host an unforgettable outing and create special memories with your crew at a Milwaukee Bucks game. Groups of 10 or more can score ticket savings, block seating, and take part in special activities on game days. Showcase your team's talents on center court, score a high five from the pros, and more. There are great options for groups of all sizes. Start planning your ultimate Bucks basketball game day experience today at bucks.com/groups. That's bucks.com/groups.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
How do you get to 10 in NFL in the football game? How do you do that?
You can have 5 safeties.
That's a great point.
Which would also be a great endorsement for Derek Carr.
2 field goals, 2 safeties.
2 field goals, 2
also
safeties.
a great endorsement for the quarterback. Continue. What else do we have?
On 94.5 ESPN.
If you're buying or building a new home, Great Midwest Bank will help guide you every step of the way. We have used Great Midwest Bank, and we continue to use them for all of our mortgage options. And, as rates have fluctuated, Great Midwest Bank keeps us right on top of that. Make sure that we can refinance and get a better deal when it happens. Straight from Great Midwest Bank's experienced and, most importantly, local loan officers. From start to finish, you can bank with confidence if you use Great Midwest Bank. It's your simply local equal housing lender. lender. See all of their customizable products at greatmidwestbank.com. That's greatmidwestbank.com. Back here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, we'll take a break from the Packers-Eagles Monday Night Football matchup to talk a little Badgers football. Badgers get the win this weekend. It has been a tumultuous season for the Badgers, for Badgers fans, for Badgers coaches, for Badgers people. But the Badgers beat Washington 13-10 at Camp Randall this weekend. And, Chew, I'm not sure if you saw it, but the fans at Camp Randall stormed the field. Was that an ironic storming of the field to you, or was that a deserved, well worth it storming of the field to you?
I don't think it was storm the field worthy. I mean, what was Washington, 23?
23.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but, I mean, that's where we're at now. We're storming the field when we beat the 23rd ranked team in the country.
Yep.
I think
but that just goes to Go ahead, John.
I think there's a little tongue-in-cheek there. I think there was a sort of...
What do they call that when you do an applause, but it's like, oh!
The Bronx cheer?
Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
That's the one.
It was a little bit of a Bronx storming.
Yes. I think there's...
No, you beat Indiana at home? Okay, yeah, you storm the field.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You only lose by 14, you storm.
Penn State...
we were in the ballpark.
Penn State is storming the field if they close out the deal on Saturday against Indiana, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I have no idea because
with their coach being fired,
Yeah.
with their quarterback being injured, yeah, I mean that's a situation where I could see the fans storming the field as well. What did you make of their punter leading the team in passing?
It's bad. It's bad. There's no way around it. That's it's straight up bad.
Sustainable and a great plan for the future.
This is how you win games. The blueprint is out there on how the Badgers are going to win games going
and of
forward.
course, this game, however it shook out, came on the heels of Chris McIntosh saying that Luke Fickell will return for the 2026 season. Chris McIntosh, who is making the media rounds as well, talking about why he believes in Luke Fickell. Let's hear from Chris McIntosh on Joshy, I'm going to give you dealer's choice here because Chris McIntosh said a lot of things. What do you think was the most important?
I mean, make no bones about it. I mean, the goal is to win, and the goal is to be competitive in the Big Ten, and the goal is to be competitive in the Big Ten in 2026. I mean, there's no getting around it. The conversation that I was having with Jesse was a long conversation, and those 7 words may not align perfectly with the point or the direction of the conversation we're having, but the goal is to win. It always has been to win, and we've not shied away from those expectations that we embrace, that our fans embrace, those expectations that Tausch and I were a part of creating a long time ago. I mean, that's what we're here to do. That's what our goal is. That's what our objective is. And so I'm glad that you gave me the opportunity to clarify that, because I don't want it to come across that we're complacent. I don't want it to come across that we're satisfied. It's important that everyone around our program and our fans understand, completely disappointed with where we're at and motivated to fix it, motivated to win in 2026 and completely understand the urgency around it.
Now, look, I could simplify things and say that getting that vote of confidence from Chris McIntosh ultimately played a role in the team getting the win over Washington on Saturday. I don't know if there's any correlation between the two. Sometimes teams just lay an egg, and sometimes, what's the blind squirrel finds a nut type of thing? I feel like that's probably more what was at play here, Gabe. But everything surrounding this Badgers football team, your reaction to where they are and where they can honestly go.
I don't know. Because their refusal to put money into the program the way that other teams like Indiana has. And now, again, we'll wait and see what this financial investment actually is, where that money comes from that they keep saying that they're going to put into football. The problem is now it's too late. Like, Wisconsin's not going to be the only team looking for a quarterback next year, and now you're going to have to pay a premium on that quarterback because that quarterback's going to look at the situation and go, okay, do you want to go to a place that's more stable, that's offering me similar money, or do I want to go to a place that, hey, the head coach is on the hot seat? who the heck knows what's going to happen at Wisconsin after 2026. So now you're going to have to pay an even more premium on that position with the money that you have. So by not paying money and putting your coach in a spot where now you are, like it's just so hard to dig yourself out of that hole that the Badgers have now put themselves in.
Okay, you're bringing Fickle back. Is it enough that they need to gut the entire offensive coaching staff? Because these are their points.
They already did that.
And I'll take away their first two layup games. These are their points: 14, 10, 10, 0, 0, 7, 10. That is anemic, right?
Yep.
So there needs to be an overhaul of the program. It can't be just, hey, we're just going to roll it back with what we got. Because I think, is that kind of a meet halfway type of thing? And you don't want to get that out now because the season isn't over yet. But, day one, when they're not going to a bowl.
Didn't they kind of already do that last year when they fired Phil Longo as their offensive coordinator? Got rid of some of that staff?
Well, that was more get rid of the stupid air raid offense.
Well, sure. But, you got rid of one coaching, that's what we're going to do? We're just going to completely reset the offensive staff once again?
I think the most important part that sort of has gone unnoticed from first Chris McIntosh saying it's not contributed to wins and loss with Jesse Temple, and then him going on and attempting to correct the record, which I don't know if he did so well on Wilde and Tausch. When Luke Fickell came here, the expectations was set at competing for championships.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now it's competing in the Big Ten.
Let me ask you this. Would Badgers fans be okay being Iowa, being Nebraska?
Yes, I think the way that those programs
I would
have
say
turned things.
Iowa. Nebraska hasn't done anything.
Well, they are dealing with a quarterback injury too, right? Didn't their guy get injured?
But all I know is it's not like Matt Rule has won a bunch of rank. The Badgers now have more wins over ranked opponents than Matt Rule does.
And yet, I will tell you from a national perspective, and you can tell me that it's flawed, there is more respect for Nebraska right now than there is for Wisconsin. And maybe
100%.
that's a Matt Rule thing. Maybe
agree.
everybody just likes Matt Rule.
No, because they're fine, but Wisconsin should be shooting to be higher than what Nebraska is right now. Nebraska's not competing for Big Ten championships.
And look, you had people picking Iowa over Oregon this past weekend, and look at that game turned out to be a barn burner. That was a great game to watch. Here's the one thing I want to ask you guys, because I was at Texas Tech this weekend, and Patrick Mahomes, obviously, former Texas Tech player, one of the best in the league, he has infused a crap ton. That's an official term, by the way. A crap ton of money into the Texas Tech athletic programs. Where are the former Badgers infusing money into this program to try to go out and buy players? Because that's where we are now. Right?
I wouldn't give it a dime.
I understand that.
And that's what penny.
And that's
you
what
know
JJ said this week too, or last week.
You want return on investment. This program, and Jen, correct. I don't know if I heard this correctly, but is Texas Tech's number for NIL this year $28 million?
I don't know the exact number, but I know they are in the top 5 in NIL spending.
I just don't see Wisconsin alum doing that. I just don't.
Well, because, Chew, here's the problem. When you don't connect with your alum, why are they going to give you money? And that's what
I agree.
It was pretty blunt. When
I didn't hear JJ's comment, so I'm interested in hearing
so
this.
He was on the Pat McAfee show last week, makes his weekly appearance. And I don't know if Pat was just joking around or if it was kind of a serious thing, because, again, that's just how Pat's show is. But just kind of insinuating to JJ of, hey, how come you're not helping out infusing some money in? And JJ flatly just said, we just need to play better. I mean, he's got no connection with this current staff. And if the staff doesn't have... and people started going after JJ, and JJ said, hey, I was a walk-on. I was a walk-on, ended up being a top 10 pick, earning all this money. So I think the disconnect, what was lost in some of the comments that were made prior to all of this, and Fickell kind of denying it about the relationships with high school coaches, and then Tim Brando having his editorial on it during that FS1 game. What was also lost in some of the things that Brad Nortman said on KBN was this coaching staff doesn't really have a ton of relationships with alumni. And if you're not reaching out to your alumni, especially the famous ones that have a ton of money, even if JJ's not going to give you money, having JJ around the program and being positive about the program is really smart. Look at what Shaka Smart did when he first arrived in Marquette. We didn't see Dwayne Wade around the program a ton before that. you see Dwayne now like once or twice a year around the Marquette program. And even if Wade isn't giving money directly to Marquette, having Wade associated with that is just smart. So while it's great they got the win, it's great they're giving money to Luke Fickell and this coaching staff, that's not going to fix everything. You got a lot more steps that you have to take if you want to get this program even back to what McIntosh said in that clip of competing in the Big Ten.
It does feel a little chicken or the egg, guys, if I'm being honest, though, right? Because I'm looking at a list here of at least 27, 28 former Badgers who are currently playing in the NFL. So that says nothing about a J.J. Watt, who we all believe is probably the top tier of those players, right? But Zach Bond, who's coming back to Lambeau Field tonight to play for the Eagles, obviously former Badger, obviously Brown Deer product. If every one of these guys were committed to or were inclined to or had been convinced to your point that it starts with the coaching staff and the organization and the program first, give $100,000 to the Badgers program, we're at $3 million. $3 million that they could go out there and use to build a roster. But to your point, if they don't feel invested, if they don't feel like they're appreciated, why would they even do that? And I know there's people out there going, $100,000 to these guys, $100,000. Again, for many of them who have made a lot of money in the NFL, who have been successful, who have been there for more than just a cup of coffee, that doesn't seem that egregious. That doesn't seem that big. But if they haven't been reached out to, if they haven't felt like they are wanted, appreciated, I can understand why they'd be like, I got other things I'd like to spend that money on.
Did anyone ask Chris what they plan on doing with the money? Because I was talking with Homer on Friday. I'm like, kids today, 10 years ago, it was about facilities, right?
Yep.
10 years ago, kids were going, oh, my God, did you see the weight room and how it opens up into our indoor? 10 years ago, that's how you recruit. Kids don't give really a crap about facilities anymore. That ship has sailed. What they care about is what's going in my pocket.
Yep.
What's going in my pocket. So if they're giving them money to upgrade the facilities and not giving them money for NIL.
No, it's money for roster, Chew. It's money for the roster.
All right, well, that's what they need to. I'm sorry. That's the way football is today.
Well, which is fine. But again, it goes back to because you were late to the party and not having that money beforehand, you've put yourself in a tough spot because now you have to overpay. Because would you rather let's even go back to Nebraska because Matt Rule is entrenched now in Nebraska. If Wisconsin and Nebraska are offering the same money, do you want to go to, Nebraska's fine, they're a middle-of-the-pack program, or do I want to go to Wisconsin where the coach is on the hot seat, and who knows if he makes it through the season?
Yeah.
Now you got to pay a premium to get that player.
Yeah.
Yes. Versus if you had that money right away when Fickell got here, then you have the energy of, this is a new program. Fickell, he's had success at Cincinnati, going to bring that to Wisconsin. But the lack of investment in the program initially has also put you in this bind of, and now it's probably put McIntosh in the spot where, I've put him in a spot to fail. Now I need to put him in a spot to succeed.
Here's what I will say. At this point, you can't be stubborn anymore. You can't be stubborn. At this point, you have seen the writing on the wall. You have seen that it is a dumpster fire around you, right? And you can't be the dog going, this is fine. You have to go tail between your legs, just to keep the dog reference going. And you have to say, I screwed up. I should have been there. I should have reached out to you. I should have made the contact. I should have. Let me start over. I want to start fresh. That has to be done by this coaching staff. Now, reaching out to the head coaches in high schools, reaching out to the alumni, reaching out to people who want to invest in the program. There is a lot of sports pride in this state, man. It is the only big-time college football program in the state. People want to be relevant. And if you extend the olive branch, if you say you're sorry, I think a lot of people will come around. Because to the point that we have made, guys, there needs to be an infusion of money to go out and get those big-time players. Because the players are not just going to go, yes, I want to be a part of the rebuild at Wisconsin. Yes, I'm a Wisconsin kid. I want the Badgers to be relevant again, and I want to be part of it.
The truly sad thing about the students rushing the field, which, again, I had no problem with, was the lack of students that were available to rush the field. That was like the sad part to me. It looked like when a high school my size, like if we won a big basketball game and we rushed the floor, well, there's only so many of us because I'm from a small town. Like when you can't fill the field with people rushing on the field, it just looks weird. But that's where people are with this program. They're not showing up to the stadium. Plenty of empty seats, plenty of good sections available. I don't know if you saw, you could get pretty good seats for less than $20, 50-yard line at Camp Randall Stadium on secondary markets going into the game. And that's not going to change, by the way. All these things that we've talked about, more money into the program, people aren't going to come back just because, we've got more money for Fickle. They're not coming back until you start winning football games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is an apathy surrounding this program. And again, it starts with the guys who are in those offices. They have got to change their tune, turn things around, start extending the olive branch to the people who can infuse money into the program. We got to take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Good conversation, though, guys, about your Wisconsin Badgers and about college football across the board and where we are as a program. Take a break. Be right back after this. Stick around.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
We've got a crash 94 eastbound right about at 84th Street, so watch out for the delays heading past that. It luckily is off on the right shoulder. You're going to see delays continuing all the way to Hawley Road through that construction zone. Westbound 894 backing up from Loomis all the way past Forest Home. We've also got southbound 43 hitting the brakes right past Capitol Drive down to Locust. And then on northbound 41 from Mayfair Road all the way up almost to Hampton. Traffic is brought to you by the Bartolotta Restaurants, providing memorable experiences for nearly 30 years. Get the perfect holiday gift this season, a Bartolotta's gift card. Purchase yours at bartolottas.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, blustery, chilly with a few morning flurries, partly cloudy otherwise, a high of 37. Tonight, blustery with a chance of flurries, a low of 25. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
Shorter days don't have to be so dismal. It's time to reach out and check in on those you care about and to remind ourselves that we are not alone. This month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month. Just call pound 250 and say the keyword timeout. That's keyword timeout after calling pound 250.
Want your brand to turn heads and win hearts?
Captivate Exhibits can bring your brand to life by transforming lobbies, creating history walls, and beautifying facilities.
For over 32 years, Captivate has been the MVP of trade show exhibits and workplace design and fabrication. Let Captivate craft immersive branded environments that tell your story boldly, beautifully, and with purpose at events and around the office.
Score big by making your next event or your own space unforgettable. Create something legendary by getting started today at CaptivateExhibits.com.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Want that mirror finish on your car? You need Z-Gloss by Z-Bart. Visit zbart.com for more information.
It is game day in Green Bay, Monday Night Football between the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles. From an injury standpoint, the Packers could be short-handed at wide receiver. Matthew Golden, Dontavian Wicks, and Savion Williams all listed as questionable ahead of Monday night. Joining them on the injury report is right tackle Zach Tom, who's also questionable with a back injury. And for Philadelphia announced Sunday, cornerback Jair Alexander, expected to make his return to Lambeau Field for the first time since leaving Green Bay, has been ruled out and will not travel with the team. The Packers are 2.5-point favorites. Green Bay game day begins at 4 o'clock.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Do you want your car to shine like a diamond? Then you need Z-Gloss from Z-Bart. Z-Gloss gives you a mirror finish and protects your paint from everything Mother Nature can throw at it with a 10-year guarantee. Visit zbart.com for more information.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night Show for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Give the gift of a special night out from the Bartolotta Restaurants. Purchase a gift card at bartolottas.com and get a $20 holiday bonus for every $100 you spend. Happy holidays from all of us at the Bartolotta Restaurants And thank you, Milwaukee.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
What we need is a chart. And every week, we take the shirtless picture of Chew, and we move that to wherever the prediction is of how many wins that they have.
6, 8, 6,
7.
7. I think that's how it goes now, right? And they lost.
75309 on 94.5 ESPN.
We have enjoyed having Professional Construction Inc. help us with our home projects. As you might know, my husband and I, not the most handy people. In fact, we are really struggling right now to replace a light in our shower. It's way more complicated than it should be. We had to go up in the attic. That's where the box was. It's like whole thing. But when we hit those snags, we call our friends over at Professional Construction Inc. to help us handle our remodels, our home additions. And if you are in that boat, the PCI team can be here for you as well. Maybe you're not ready for a full-out construction project, but you might be ready to refresh that outdated room, and PCI can create stunning photorealistic renderings, a mood board, and a curated shopping list, all delivered to you to make sure you guys are in alignment on your project. Learn more at professionalconstructioninc.com. That's professionalconstructioninc.com. All right, Chewy. I told Gabe this earlier this morning. We, as a family, are about to enter what we call the gauntlet. The gauntlet of the year. Bum, bum, bum. Have I talked about the gauntlet before?
No, you haven't. Before you get there, though, I had a great joke yesterday because there were some Polish people where I was watching the game yesterday. Jen, do you know how many Polacks it takes to change the light bulb in your shower?
How many?
2. One to hold the light and the other one to spin the ladder.
Okay, I get it. They're spinning the person around. Okay, we should have probably workshopped
That's good.
that.
I got some chuckles. I'm not gonna
Well,
lie.
you can say it because you're a Polak, right?
Yes, of course.
The gauntlet in our household, guys, is Joshy's looking over at Gabe going,
What was that?
It was a joke. It was a very good joke. It wasn't even a dad joke.
It was literally apropos of nothing.
Jen just read the
She
read.
was talking about
changing the light,
changing the light bulb
That's
in her
right.
shower.
Yeah, I mean, look, we don't love it, Joshy, but we understand it.
Yeah, I know where it came from. And he was sitting there. He really wanted to tell it, so he just had
And there
to
was an
blurt it
opening.
out.
There
Yeah.
was an
there
opening.
wasn't an opening.
Well,
there wasn't an opening.
There was
he created one.
There was a slight connection, right?
He was the wedge buster there.
Look, I got a good laugh. I got a good laugh. A solid laugh. It was a B- laugh by everyone there.
It was a pity laugh.
I didn't laugh.
Can I tell you about
Heard
the
it
gauntlet
before.
or what? Do you guys want to know what the gauntlet is? The
Or
gauntlet.
do you want to hear
Is that
another
listening
Polish
to more
joke?
Chewy jokes?
Oh, you know what?
How long
we're
can
gonna take a
Chewy
break
tell
here.
jokes before we all get fired? How many times can he do jokes before we're on the unemployment line?
Well, that one was a little bit dangerous. I'm not going to lie. I really wish that he would have rehashed it to you first. The gauntlet is starting next week, my daughter's birthday. Okay, so my daughter is 5. She turns 6 next week, Tuesday. And then we are in the gauntlet. I feel like we should have some bum, 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 bum music going. Because after that, it is obviously Christmas. Then we have my husband's birthday. Then we have my birthday. No, then we have Chaser's birthday. Then we have my birthday. And then we have the 7-year-old birthday. And it goes between, she'll be 8. It goes between November 18th and February 8th. And it is just one bank account drain after another. We got a birthday party on Sunday. We obviously have Christmas, which is in there, and that can get chaotic. And then it's one birthday after another. And that's why I have 2 jobs, Gabe.
Because you decided to have all your kids around the same time?
I didn't decide. It's just sort of how it shook out.
I mean, you were.
So the
Pretty
horny
sure you had to be
months would
present
be.
in the decision
Hold on. The
making.
horny months would be October.
Is this another joke, Josh?
September.
Nope.
September. What's before August? June.
He's trying to do the math
No,
in his
August,
head.
July.
No, he's trying to do the math
June,
out loud.
May.
Do you guys have any stretch
May,
of the year that's like that?
April.
I mean, for a lot of people, it's the holidays, right?
Yeah,
It's just,
it's
you
the
go back to back to back.
February.
But when you extend it on the front end, and
What
you
holidays
extend
in
it on-
February, big guy? He's almost there.
Nothing. It's cold, and you like to cuddle a little more.
No.
Sometimes I swear we're having different conversations.
What famous holiday is in February?
Washington's birthday, because that's the day I was
Yes,
born.
because that's really what gets people in the mood.
I love you always,
Yeah.
forever.
Oh,
never
the
we'll
Valentine's
stick together.
Day.
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Because we just had Fake Day about, last month? Fake
Sweetest day.
Yeah, there you go.
You guys don't have a stretch like that? It's
yeah,
just
I
us?
do. It's the holidays for me because we do Friendsgiving, we do Thanksgiving, we do Christmas, and guess what? We host them all. How many?
Did you know
But you're going to have that dehydrated fruit. You're going to have those dehydrated
that
lemons.
ran all damn weekend. Let me tell you, I was having to listen to that.
Is it
stupid
loud?
clip. It's loud enough that it makes me think the oven's on. If I hear it like in passing, I'm like, what is that? Oh, it's the dehydrator.
I don't understand. How have you not dehydrated enough fruit at this point for all of your festivities?
You're barking up the wrong tree, sister.
Did you know?
I don't know how many dehydrated oranges we need. Apparently more. That's all I know.
All the
Haven't
kids
reached lifetime supply yet.
all the kids in my family were born on a holiday, which is kind of cool.
What?
So
really?
the oldest was Easter, second was Thanksgiving. I was Washington's birthday. My other brother was born on Flag Day.
Washington's birthday a holiday?
I mean, it appears on calendars.
Is that the distinction? I don't know. Like, is Arbor Day a holiday? Like, if
yes,
I don't get
Flag Day.
I don't know. I feel like holiday is strong for those. For Arbor Day. Like, Arbor Day is not in the same category as the gauntlet that Jen is just about to enter with Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year.
And we got a Friendsgiving in there as well, so I got to make a dish, bring it over to my pal's house for Friendsgiving. It's just it's about to be like, as I can look at my bank account today.
How do you possibly have time for a Friendsgiving?
Saturday evening. It's like it's 6 p.m. Right?
If I were you, I'd tell those, hey, thanks, but no thanks.
Well, I have to see people, Gabe. I need that outlet, man. I need to, converse with other humans and not about college football.
Friendsgiving should only be for 30 and under. Am I right?
Because you have no friends past the age of 30?
No, it's just you got kids and stuff. Well, I'm with Gabe. You just don't have time.
All of your friends are your kids' friends' parents.
Yeah. Okay. Josh, you are so anti-Friendsgiving, aren't you?
I couldn't be more anti-anything.
Yeah.
It's just such a waste of my time. I like having people and drinking, but there's a lot of cooking, there's a lot of cleaning, there's a lot of being a host. I don't have as big of a problem with not being the host. Being the host is
showing up, just having to show up with a dish to pass?
I show up with the dish, I got my beers. Hey, we're having a good time. The hosting's a whole different game. I'm hanging lights. I'm drilling walls. I'm doing all sorts of stuff. I don't want to be doing that.
So you definitely are the household where you have to clean before people come over, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Do I have to clean?
I mean,
Are you kidding me?
That's everybody.
Is it?
Yeah.
What, you're telling me people don't clean before you have a big holiday party
You know
like
what,
this?
Gabe? If I'm being honest, I guess I'm hoping. I'm hoping that there are people out there who have figured out that your friends are your friends and they're not judging you on the appearance of your home before they come over for a Friendsgiving or for a gathering.
This is a social contract that we have all entered into.
But why? Let's reject the social contract.
Because you don't want your house looking dirty for your friends coming over.
Look, you're telling me. I know. My daughter thinks we only clean when people are coming over. Why are you cleaning the stove, Mom? Are people coming over? No, honey, we have to clean the stove. It's one of those things. It has to be done regularly. I know it seems like I'm the only one who does it, but yes, this is a thing we do.
I think cleaning the toilet, the sink, and doing a little dusting, that's all fair. When I'm scrubbing bathtubs, it's who's going to shower? What went wrong where somebody needed to shower?
Are you changing sheets? Is anyone sleeping over? That's not part of the plan.
Close the shower curtain at that point.
Yeah, maybe there's peekers. I don't know. I've never peeked.
Sometimes we hide things in the shower. We don't know where to put this. Stick it in the shower. No one's going to look there.
Is that like a test? Because, again, that's another social contract. You shouldn't be going through your friends'
medicine
cabinet. Shouldn't be opening the shower curtain if it's closed. Again, that's part of the social contract.
I actually think more people are going through the medicine cabinet than we'd like to think. I think.
Would almost assure you of that.
Put that on the Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Infinity Exteriors poll. We got a Packers game tonight, Monday Night Football against the Eagles, but we want to know, are you looking through your pals' medicine cabinets when you go to their house for Friendsgiving or for a holiday gathering? Look, I think we all want to say no. But I feel like if you're honest with yourself, the answer is yes.
Amazon really needs a privacy setting, too. Because all our kids are on the same Amazon account, and there's things that are bought.
That's user error, buddy.
Yeah, that's...
Why? Is there a privacy page?
Why are all your kids on your Amazon account? Your kids are all grown and bleep kids, right?
Yeah, tell me about it. Because they never come off scholarship. That's the problem.
That is a you thing.
Who would be, who would be the one in charge of taking them off?
Back to the privacy thing. Is there a privacy setting where the kids don't have to see certain things that we buy in order for us to have a nice Saturday night?
Here's an idea. Go to the store.
No. Not the stuff he's buying, pal.
Yeah, that's worse.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? You'd rather have
not for me.
Kids, you'd rather
not
have
for
kids
me
looking at you sideways than some stranger.
Take them off the Amazon profile, okay? They should be able to purchase their own Amazon stuff. They don't need to be on your account.
I love embarrassing kids. It's one of the perks of being a parent.
Then what do you care?
Well, I don't.
Yeah, Gabe, come on. This is clear.
He's just the avatar at this point. We got to take a break here on Jen Gabe, but we will wrap things up and give our reaction and our predictions for tonight's Monday Night Football game after this.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Looking for a fun and meaningful way to kick off the holiday season? Join us for the 20th anniversary of Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive, Saturday, December 13th at the Casmeric Center in Grafton. This free, family-friendly event is a celebration of giving. Bring a new, unwrapped toy and help brighten the holidays for children and families in need across Wisconsin. To learn more or get involved, visit kidstokidstoydrive.com and join us on December 13th in Grafton.
The dance of sunlight on water.
Shimmering, sparkling, beautiful, hypnotic.
Houses that overlook a gorgeous body of water are the most highly desired houses in the world.
The Bellamare collection of fine jewelry features classic white diamonds, flanked and surrounded by rare and exotic blue diamonds.
Bellamare means beautiful water.
Bellamare, sunlight on water, glimmering and twinkling.
The dance is enticing.
The look is spectacular.
The impact is exciting.
Blue and white diamonds created in the heart of Mother Nature
will dance and sing on the body of a glittering, sparkling woman.
Bellamare. This blue and white beauty of sunlight on water
should be worn on the fingers,
the wrist,
the neck, and the ears
of the woman you love.
The Bellamare collection is available only at Kessler's.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
Out here, it's football season, where nothing beats backyard grilling, gathering around the fire pit, and cheering on your favorite team with friends. The yard is mowed, the lights are strung, and the grill is warming up. Whether you need to fill up your propane, get a new grill, or even a generator, out here, it's game day. And we're ready for it. Tractor Supply, for life out here.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Paying extra for tire care is BS. You know, bad service. So at Midas, we're rolling out our BS-free tire guarantee. Included with paid installation and tax on every purchase. You'll pay nothing for flat replacements, nada for flat repairs, and zilch for tire rotations every 5,000 miles. That's $0 for all that. So with this limited lifetime tire guarantee, you'll pay a whole lot of nothing compared to what the other guys charge for tire care. That's the BS-free tire guarantee, only at Midas.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
TBD.
No, not how this
Attaboy.
works.
Attaboy.
That's not how any of this
That's
works.
how you make content.
What do you mean? What do you mean? That's how it works for him.
What's TBD mean?
To be determined.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
To be determined.
Did you hear him say to be dumb?
To be done. Did Joshy say that?
He did.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Oh, make me over.
Huge game tonight, Gabe. Very quickly, your prediction for how it goes at Lambeau Field Monday Night Football.
I don't think
Tell the truth. Don't be a liar. I already saw your prediction.
Yeah. No, I think Philadelphia wins. I just think it's going to be too tough for the Packers to overcome the injuries they have. Look, maybe in the second half they're able to kind of overcome Tucker Kraft a little bit better, but I just think it's going to be really tough to overcome that in tonight's game specifically.
Chew?
24-21 Green Bay defense will stop the final drive by the Eagles offense.
I got Green Bay winning. I got them playing a complete game and showing off on Monday Night Football. Have a great one, everybody. Wilde and Tausch will continue breaking down the big matchup at Lambeau Field.
We still have some delays out there. Watch out for the backups basically from eastbound 94 from 84th Street all the way through to Hawley Road. Backups with an accident at 84th Street off on the right shoulder. Northbound 41 backing up from Mayfair Road all the way past Burleigh almost to Capitol Drive. And in Kenosha County, just as a reminder, the road conditions are improving, but they're not perfect. We do have slippery conditions, and we've got a lot of the road spray coming up. An accident northbound 94 off on the right shoulder at about Highway C. And then we have a broken down vehicle on northbound 94 just past Highway